everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to show you how to do a fairy lights nail. I'm going to be using Emerald from Nail Sugar, which is a beautiful metallic green. I'm going to pop it onto a clear layer of acrylic straight onto the nail with a nail tip. You probably will find that if you put a green acrylic colour on first and then your glitter, it won't be so patchy. I got a little bit annoyed because I kept finding little patches that didn't have much glitter on that I kept going back to try and cover, so do bear that in mind. So when you are happy with how your glitter is, if you cap the entire nail in clear acrylic, so I filed and buffed the nail. I don't like to record that bit because I find it so boring. I'm using Elite 99's colour gel. You can use gel polish. I just like to use this because it's a bit thicker and tends not to run all over the place. So we're going to use this to create the cable that connects the fairy lights together. I put it on the nail with some little hoops just to add a little bit more detail. You can put your fairy lights on the nail first, or if you're doing what I'm doing, then you kind of need to have a rough idea in your head of where you want your fairy lights to go and how many you want, and then you can sort of work out where you want your cable to go, or you can just improvise. So once you're happy with that, cure it in the lamp. I'm using Chinty's No Wipe Top Coat. I thought that I would make the green glitter matte so that the fairy lights would shine out more. I'll show you at the end what I was going for. I'm using Candy Apple, Gold Digger. I love this beautiful holographic gold. Purple Rain. This is a beautiful Cadbury purple. Fizzy Fuchsia and Peacock. These are going to be the colours for our fairy lights. So that's what the nail looks like with the matte top coat on. So what I'm doing is taking a small bead of clear acrylic, dipping it into the glitter, and then placing the bead with the glitter on where I want the fairy light to go. This bead I didn't drain the liquid out of stupidly, and it sort of started to run a little bit, so if you do have that problem, just keep pushing your bead into the shape that you want. I kept mine as round as I could, and then if there was any clear gaps or gaps of clear acrylic in the fairy light where I put the fairy light, I would just put a little bit of glitter in that area. Once I've placed all the fairy lights, I'm going to go ahead and pop some clear acrylic over the top, so don't worry if the glitter isn't completely covered at the moment. So now I'm going to put a little blob of acrylic over the top of each fairy light, trying not to make the beads wet and runny. Trying. So this is what we're left with. So now we're going to take our shiny top coat, this is Blue Sky's No Wipe Top Coat, and we're just going to dab it around each of the fairy lights. if you do get any on the nail itself, you can go back around the edges with the matte top coat with a detailing brush, and this is what it looks like once it's cured. So I wanted the fairy lights to stick out more, so I thought if I gave it a matte background it would help, but I think I prefer the shiny one, which is here. So if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!